I realize I'm very, very late to talk about this topic, obviously, but I wanted to add my 2 cents because I've been following this channel for a very long time. Channel Awesome has come under a lot of scrutiny recently and has been exposed as a website that has terrible business practices and is run by really shitty people. It has a lot of poor people running it and is just so much shit surrounding it. Most of the controversies have been pointed towards Mike McCord, their CEO, butchered his name, who cares, he's an asshole, and Mike Ellis, another guy there. For so long, I thought these two guys were fine. I didn't think there was a lot wrong with them. I thought Mike McCord, the CEO, whatever his name is, was a bit shady. I didn't think he was running it properly for a while. Mike Ellis, I thought was an all-round good guy for a very long time. Clearly, I'm probably wrong. I want to add something to this that hasn't already been said and talk about my experience with following this channel. Unlike a lot of people who wanted to join Channel Awesome, I was definitely not one of those. I started up my own YouTube channel for a reason, and that reason being that I could be my own entity, have my own little channel, and not be a part of something else. That's because I had previous relations with networks and channels where they run you and they basically have full creative control over what you want to do, and it is shit. That's why I never really wanted to be involved with Channel Awesome. I did follow their videos though, and I really liked the Nostalgia Critic.
But it's a huge, giant piece of shit. Back in the days when Nostalgia Critic reviewed The Room and first released it, it was taken down by Tommy, of course.
Oh, hi, Joe from TheRoomMovie.com. Hey, everybody, it's Joe from TheRoomMovie.com, the guy who took down the Nostalgia Critic review of The Room. Let's everybody say hi.
Hence the word liked. The only Channel Awesome videos I've been watching recently are the first viewing ones, and I haven't seen them for a couple of months, and I doubt I'm going to continue watching much Channel Awesome. Basically, everyone that is the main benefactors of this whole thing is at fault here. Even the Nostalgia Critic. He wasn't mentioned much in the document that was recently released about all the shit that's gone on, but you know that he's definitely a part of this. And it's a shame because I've followed the Nostalgia Critic since the very beginning of 2014. I realize that's not as long as a lot of people, but it's crazy. I haven't been watching a lot of his recent reviews because I just thought it went downhill fast. But anyway, that's my experience with Channel Awesome. What's happened recently is a damn shame for a lot of fans, but you could kind of tell somehow. I mean, that sounds kind of ridiculous. You can never really tell. You're not really a part of it. But I was looking at Channel Awesome thinking, this is really weird. The videos they were posting seemed so artificial. It just seemed like a corporate rant business. It was just an example of a YouTube channel that started off as one guy who was doing his own thing. Started that guy with the glasses, moved on to Blip, got off YouTube because of the copyright, and then went back to YouTube and started making some really corporate kind of ran videos. And that's what I noticed about the Nostalgia Critic over the last few years. It's like a corporate business like YouTube channel that really is just bizarre. And for the most part, I mean, they are successful, but to be honest, they're not as successful as they probably could have been. The problems with Channel Awesome is the way it's ran. There's been a lot of film shoots that have been very controversial and have been done really poorly, similar to The Room. In fact, like, they haven't let the actors drink water making a movie, which is fucked. Quentin Reviews, you guys should watch his video, the link is in the description. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. He covers this better than anyone could. No offense to other people who have covered this, but he really went down to the bone on this. His cover of it was very professional, and I recommend you watch that. There's a big problem right now. This is what I'm going to say about this that I think no one else has said. They probably have, but I'm just going to add this. It's a serious issue when no one wants to no longer be a part of your organization and business, and when no one wants to join your business. Because then you're pretty much fucked. And I reckon Channel Awesome will survive, but not for much longer. It's not a business that's going to last the test of time, let's just say that. Because the people that are the founding benefactors of it and the people that are currently running it are clearly not doing a good job. I mean, a lot of revelations and shit have come out over the filming of those movies that they made years ago. Especially To Boldly Flee, which I always thought was just crap. I thought, what is this shit? This is terrible. Why did they make this? They're acting like it's the best movie ever. Anyway, I just thought it was the most bizarre thing ever when I saw trailers for that and clips from it, and I'm like, what is this? And when Quentin Reviews announced in his video recently that that was filmed over 7 days and the movie goes for 4 hours, I've never heard of a more hellish production in my... Like, you can tell just from those figures that that is fucked. 7 days and it's a 4-hour movie. For a start, who the hell wants to watch a 4-hour movie done by, no offense to them, but little known YouTubers, and isn't done on that big of a budget and is just poorly made? There's a rape scene in this and it really does not fit, and it's just like, why? The people who were doing that rape scene didn't want to do it. It's just insane. I couldn't believe what's come out about this movie. And apparently, allegedly, Doug Walker and Rob Walker were really, really painful to work with. And that's a huge problem if you're filming a movie over 7 days that goes for 4 hours. That's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much. There's one piece of the cake. I just felt like I should make this because I've been following the Nostalgia Critic and Channel Awesome for so long. And this is a bit of a shock to the system for me because I was watching their videos and laughing along with them and enjoying them as recently as 2 months ago. The only thing I watch on the channel anymore is the first viewing, which is what Doug Walker and Rob Walker do when they sit down and watch a movie that they're going to review on the Nostalgia Critic before it's reviewed. Clearly, Rob Walker and Doug Walker, who were the main people running this movie, were at fault here, and they obviously played a part in this. I mean, they weren't mentioned in the document much, but there's clearly a problem going on at Channel Awesome, and I'm glad it's been exposed. This stuff needs to be exposed because this woman, she was fired for not showing up to a Skype call that she got 15 minutes notice to. I mean, that's the kind of way this thing is run. How unprofessional and crappy is that? So yeah, that's Channel Awesome for you, and that's my opinion on it. Still recommend you watch Quentin Reviews' video. That's in the description. I just can't believe all these revelations that have come out. That's a tip of the iceberg. I mean, honestly, this is unbelievable how poorly ran this thing is. Clearly, and it's a shame because it probably won't last much longer. And perhaps that's a good thing because their content recently has really sucked. And by the way, your last 3 movies, yeah, they really sucked. One last thing I want to add that I just couldn't believe about this whole situation was the fact that the CEO was somehow signed over the entire rights to the Nostalgia Critic, the one series on Channel Awesome that gets the most traction. What the why would they do that? That's the dumbest thing ever. How are you supposed to continue the Nostalgia Critic when you got a sociopathic idiot running your organization and he has the entire rights to it? Yeah, it's just a shame that a channel I looked up to and a channel I really based a lot of my early content off. If you watch my season 1 of Sam's Movies, half the shit that's in my reviews is inspired from the Nostalgia Critic. And I know it's inspired from his early videos and not his more recent work that I really don't like. But still, it's so cringe. Like, it sucks. I'm glad I don't watch them as much as I used to, and I'm glad I've stopped watching them because I'm pretty sure it's gonna fall into obscurity. Sorry, Channel Awesome, but it's time to change the channel.